Hey y'all, this is Tasha Bree. You have the exclusive only on HIPHOPNEWS24.com. Michigan was his home. It's our home, Flint, Michigan, FLI. Always represent Flint. Flint tatted all over. You know, he loved home. You could be at anyone's house and Bree would just be sitting there, you know, playing cards, playing dominoes, having a cookout. When he went home, he visited everybody he could. He had gatherings, you know, he was just a regular person, and he loved Detroit, but there's nothing like Flint. Flint is our home, and he's actually buried in Flint. He lays in rest in Flint. I just want to say to my hometown, Flint, Michigan, thank you. Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the strength. Thank you for always wanting to know what's coming from Bree, what's going on, how are y'all. That is our hometown. And a lot of people have a negative vibe or a negative energy from Flint. But one thing about us, we stick together. We represent each other very well. And when something happens, we come together. And if I can't say that about the industry, and if I can't say that about anyone else, I can say that about Flint. Okay, well, as many people know, this industry and this lifestyle comes with a package. And it's not all just glitter and gold and bling bling. There's a different side to this business. And if you're not strong enough, it can get you down. And Bree was one of those people that, you know, a lot of misfortunes happened to him, whether it be contracts, mismanagement of money, funds. He was taken advantage of as far as royalties, record companies, crooks. He just kind of fell into a lot of the negative things that came along with the business, including the drug life. And there were times that, you know, he used drugs, and he also was ill. He had battled with high blood pressure for over 7 years. And what a lot of our young black gentlemen don't understand is that that is a very, very serious and silent killer of our men. And it is very important to keep your medication in your system, to keep yourself healthy, to monitor your blood pressure. And that's something that got away from Bree. And he didn't do it. And September of 2008, he actually collapsed playing basketball here in Atlanta. And we're unsure if it was actually kidney failure or going into a stroke. But what we do know is he died that day, and he was brought back at the hospital. He was on life support for like 7 days. And during the life support, his kidneys got much worse. So once he came off the respirators, his kidneys were only functioning at 30%. And so he came home from the hospital, and he seemed to be well and everything, but we all know that without dialysis or kidney transplants and things of that nature, you know, it's hard to live. And so after him taking ill and being in the hospital in September, he lived until November, and he passed away in his sleep of kidney failure. What I want the world to know about Bree. Outside of any negative that people heard, outside of what people thought when they saw him, outside of all of the mess, he was human. He was a real person. He was human. He had a heart. He had a family. He had a career. Music, hip-hop, rap was his passion. That's what he lived for. And I want him to be respected for that. I want him to be acknowledged for that. People don't understand, you know, this young man was 18, 19 years old, and he was on the stage of Arsenio Hall performing with legends like George Clinton, Ice Cube, Yo-Yo. He has worked with everyone from Warren G to Snoop Dogg to Too Short, Eric Sermon, Redman, Scarface, Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Mafia. The list goes on and on. There is no way in the world this man has worked with so many people in this industry. And not one person has reached out to this family. Not one person has asked about this project. Not one person has said, what's left behind? What do you need from us? And that's what Breed would have said to anybody that crossed his path. What do you need from me? That's a hard one. Because he was real. He was a very real person. He wasn't fake. He didn't hide from the public. There weren't things that he did at home that he didn't do in public. There wasn't really much that people did not know about Breed. He was a real person, and he was the same wherever he went. One thing I can say that people really didn't understand about Breed, because of all the controversy with the child support and just negative in the news, he loved his children. He loved all 5 of his children. He loved them with more than anything, you know. He loved his children. There wasn't anything that he wouldn't do for them, you know. And just being a young black man in the industry with a lot of money and a lot of negative things going around, and he literally was taken advantage of in this business, and he wasn't able to educate himself and make good decisions like he should have. He was misrepresented, just mismanaged. There was a lot of things that went wrong, and it was all caught up, and it all turned into like a negative storm surrounding him, and that wasn't him. He was a humble father, a friend, a loving son. He loved his children, and I think he was just a person that kind of fell into, he was just a victim of circumstances. And until this industry wakes up, and until these people know the real behind the scenes what's going on, until we educate ourselves, and until we learn the laws and the rules, and you know, these are the after effects of what happened. And this is all we have. This is it. There's no royalties. There's no Social Security. There's nothing. There's no phone calls. There's no bank accounts. There's no Bentleys in the driveway. This is it. And, you know, there are a lot of people in hip-hop, there are a lot of people in the entertainment industry that are taken advantage of, that are literally stripped from their rights and stripped from their royalties and literally robbed in this industry. And if, God forbid, if anything ever happened to you, it's your family that feels the effects of it. It's your family that lives with it. What's left behind for your children? What's left behind for your wives? Because when you're living and you're here, you're spending it and you're blowing it and you're having a good time. And when you're gone, the person behind the scenes that have literally done this paperwork and robbed you that you did not know about, they get it. And then you have children left behind that need college tuition, that need... It's not a pretty sight, you know. People just think when someone passes away, oh, they got money, they're okay, you know, they got all this, they got all that. It's not the industry. It's not the truth. That's not the truth at all. So my message is to people, you know, at the end of the day, my message is for, you know, our African-American males to please take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't fall into these traps. Don't fall into these lifestyles. Be aware of your health and what's going on. And after you take care of yourself, take care of your business. Take care of your business. You know, read your contracts. Have more than one attorney read your contracts. Check up on your royalties. Make sure where your stuff is going. You know, Breed has almost 200 songs on iTunes right now. Where's it going? I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. We have good days and we have bad days. But I am not going to stop. Because what this has taught me, all those people that we fed, all those people that we partied with and took care of and opened up our door and let them be a part of our family and trusted them around our children and our finances and our most personal times in our life, they're not there. So at the end of the day, I have to march for Breed. And I have to make sure his 5 children are okay. And it may take me to the end of my life. But there's something out there. His children deserve it. It is owed to them. We're going to get it. We run his MySpace music fan page. We have Facebook. We have whereismcbreed.com. There's several outlets. We would like to set up a foundation for Breed in honor of Breed.